This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
High winds are expected in the Columbia Basin this weekend, along with heavy snow on mountain passes.
The building that houses the Porterhouse Steakhouse in Moses Lake has been standing since the 1950s. But the origins of the totem pole erected out in front of the restaurant was a complete mystery.
Saddle Mountain Communications is open for business in its new location off Government Way at Mattawa.
History was made last night when Waloop Warriors boys basketball made its first appearance in the state playoffs in school history.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
High winds are expected in the Columbia Basin this weekend, along with heavy snow on mountain passes. A wind advisory is in effect for much of the day Saturday, with wind expected between 25 and 35 miles per hour and gusts up to 55 miles per hour. According to the National Weather Service, the strongest wind gusts are expected south of I-90 across the Columbia Basin. On Cascade Mountain passes, a winter weather advisory is in effect until Friday night, and a winter storm watch is in effect from late Friday night through Saturday night. Between 5 and 10 inches of new snow is expected on Snoqualmie and Stevens passes on Friday, with the possibility of 1 to 2 feet of new snow on Saturday. Drivers can check state highway travel conditions on the Washington State Department of Transportation website or on their smartphone app. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Maytag and the family pooch have a lot in common. Both are loyal, both aim to please, and both are tenacious dish cleaners. But only one can sanitize. Maytag, what's inside matters.
Maytag Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata. The building that houses the Porterhouse Steakhouse in Moses Lake has been standing since the 1950s, but the origins of the totem pole erected out in front of the restaurant was a complete mystery to the owners up until recently. Owner Cale Russell and his family took a closer look at the name carved into the pole, did a little research, and realized that this big piece of painted wood is a priceless work of art.
We know it was carved by a gentleman named Dudley Carter, who was actually born in British Columbia. He was heavily influenced by Northwest Indian tribes and sort of became one of the best, most well-known wood sculptors in the Northwest, if not the United States.
Carter's wood sculptures are world-class and can be found around the globe, but much of his work is found in the Northwest. Dudley was also asked to carve a piece for the 1939 World's Fair in San Francisco. But as to why, when, and how Carter's sculpture arrived at the front of the Porterhouse remains a mystery. I'm Sean Goggins for iFIBER 1 News. This segment is brought to you by
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
Saddle Mountain Communications is open for business in its new location off Government Way at Mattawa. Saddle Mountain's new retail office was showcased in a soft opening on Friday. Founded by Mattawa native Del Christensen in the early 2000s, the company is now under the leadership of his son, Dean. The refined-looking retail space is the result of Saddle Mountain's partnership with iFIBER Communications out of Ephrata.
This retail office is a good opportunity to play a bigger part in the Mattawa community. The office looks great. It's more inviting. It's a much better location here in town. Better visibility, more convenient for people to come in, for those that come in to pay their bills or come to sign up for service.
Saddle Mountain's location may be new, but the Adams and Grant County Internet Service Provider says it will maintain the same quality of service moving forward. I'm Sean Goggins for iFIBER 1 News.
First time in history we've been to the state tournament. First time, yeah.
History was made last night when Wuluque Warriors boys basketball made its first appearance in the state playoffs in school history. It was an exciting and emotional night for the huge crowd of Warrior fans that made the trip to the game.
That's all we wanted. At the beginning of the season, we just wanted a chance to get to state.
Wuluque had to beat SCAC East rival Connell to advance to the state playoffs. After leading by a slim margin at halftime, Wuluque exploded in the second half and ended up winning with authority, 73-52. Wuluque will now return home for one more game before regionals. In that game, they'll play Royal. Both games that Wuluque has had with Royal this season have been thrilling.
I respect Royal and Coach Ray Valley. He's done a lot this year for them. But hey, I love those rivalries. I love that type of atmosphere. They're a playoff team. We're a playoff team. I just want to go have fun.
The game is Saturday with a tip-off at 3:45 p.m. I'm Am Chikoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.